Baba Vanga shocked the whole world for her prophetic visions, left a profound impact with predictions that reverberate globally. It is claimed the Nostradamus of the Balkans had a rare gift that allowed her to see into the future, and it is said she made predictions all the way into the year 5079. Despite Baba Vanga's passing in 1996, many people still think her prophecies are coming true. Vanga's chilling prophecies and profound insights further aroused public curiosity about what she predicted for 2024. A scary future awaits people in 2024. Join us in this video when we unveil all the mystery that this blind prophet predicts for this year. Unsudden accidents create a historic prophet. Baba Vanga was in 1911. She lost her sight when she was 12. She was swept away by a mighty tornado. Later, she was found alive, covered with dirt and stones, with sand in her eyes. She became blind as a result. Despite their efforts, doctors were still unable to save Vanga's eyes, and she was officially blind forever. At this time, her senses seemed to become sharper. She saw things that no one else saw. Her ability began with predicting small events in the village, such as finding lost animals and foreseeing minor illnesses. Her powers of foreseeing, clairvoyance, deepened and expanded after she turned 30. She attracted believers with her ability to heal and soothsay, fortune-telling. A great number of people visited her, hoping to get a hint about whether their relatives were alive or seeking for the place where they died. One of them was the Bulgarian Tsar Boris III. In 1942, Vanga married Dimitar Gushtarov, a Bulgarian soldier, and moved to Petrish, Bulgaria, where she soon became well known for her gifts and predictions. After the Second World War, Bulgarian politicians and leaders from different Soviet republics, including Soviet Premier Leonid Brezhnev, sought her counsel. Several researchers have studied the phenomenon of Vanga in the attempt to establish whether she has any extraordinary capabilities. One of the first studies was initiated by the Bulgarian government and is described in the documentary Phenomen in 1977. Fulfilling Baba Vanga's last will and testament, her house in Petrich was turned into a museum, which opened for visitors on May 5, 2008. Despite being blind, foresaw the future with uncanny accuracy. The losing of her sight became the key to unlocking extraordinary gifts. As word spread of her remarkable abilities, people from all walks of life sought her guidance. Her life offering a glimpse into the extraordinary world of a woman whose insights transcended the limits of the physical senses. Another pandemic. The nightmare called COVID-19 is still present, and many people have not forgotten the terrible consequences it brought. There is a strong possibility that another nightmare is about to come to the world. Baba Vanga predicted another pandemic, this one caused by a frozen virus that will be liberated by climate change and found in Siberia. To put this in perspective, a team of researchers found 2 ice samples from the Tibetan Plateau in China that were frozen with ancient viruses, the majority of which were never before seen. The conclusions were drawn from ice cores collected in 2015, which researchers estimate to have been frozen at least 1400 to 400 years ago. During analysis, 33 viral genetic codes were discovered in the ice. 4 of the 33 were identified by their genetic codes as belonging to virus families that generally attack bacteria. Up to 28 were novel, which means they had never been found previously. As per Baba Vanga predictions, nations are compelled to discover alternatives. Many cities will experience water shortages, which will have an impact on politics. Also, planet-invading aliens will send an asteroid to look for life on Earth with a hostile outcome. Wars, famine, and earthquakes. In India, where temperatures are said to reach 50 degrees and cause locusts to damage crops, Baba Vanga also foresaw famine. The mystic who predicted intense bouts of flooding in Australia and parts of Asia also predicted more earthquakes and tsunamis. It is believed to have been said by Baba Vanga that in 2024, a country would be carrying out bioweapons tests. This prediction is highly disturbing and relevant to current geopolitical issues. This prediction of the blind prophet reminds us a verse of Bible. When you hear of wars and rumors of wars, do not be alarmed. Such things must happen, but the end is still to come. Nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be earthquakes in various places, and famines. These are the beginning of birth pains. Doubtless, somewhere people will, again, start to use such disasters as signs that we are living in the last days. Or, to put it more accurately, since the New Testament consistently insists the last days began with Christ's first coming, they will insist that we are living in the last days of the last days. Wars and rumors of wars should not alarm God's people. The end is still to come. Earthquakes and famines are merely the beginning of birth pangs. In other words, just as labor pains remind a pregnant mother that there is a baby inside her that the body wants to bring into the world, so do these various earthly disasters remind believers that Christ will return, ending human history as we now know it. But my, how unreliable those labor pains can be, sometimes coming months ahead of the actual due date, sometimes weeks in advance. They remind us that we are getting closer to the climactic day, but we knew that already just because of the passing of time. Vanga also said that in 2024, Earth could encounter a different path around the sun. This is a highly interesting prediction and one that could have far-reaching effects on our lives. Every year, Earth passes the sun around 584 million miles. This journey is an epic elliptical one, as it is shaped like an oval instead of a circle. The exact shape of the oval is determined by the forces of other planets. Although Earth's orbit can change due to these forces, these changes only happen in a cyclical manner. Even subtle changes can have severe implications on the Earth. It could cause extreme radiation levels and soaring temperatures to affect our planet. It's also possible that the orbital shift suggested by Baba Vanga could be caused by an impact from an asteroid. Is this a sign to the end? Let's wait and see. Cure for cancer. The mystic predicted that new cures for diseases like Alzheimer's and cancer will be invented this year. It sounds unbelievable, but nothing is impossible with the rapid development of world medicine. President Vladimir Putin recently said that Russian scientists are close to creating a vaccine for cancer that could soon be available to patients. He said, "We have reached a significant milestone in the development of cancer vaccines and next-generation immunomodulatory drugs. I hope that soon they will be effectively used as methods of individual therapy," he added, speaking at a Moscow forum on future technologies. However, he did not specify the types of cancer the proposed vaccines would target. Furthermore, recent developments have confirmed progress in the development of a lung cancer vaccine. The United Kingdom has allocated funding for 2 years of laboratory research and initial manufacturing of 3,000 doses for a DNA-based lung cancer vaccine, as stated in a press release from the University of Oxford, located in Oxford, England. But it cannot be denied that the world will have a positive outlook for cancer patients, and we can fully expect that miracle will happen in 2024. Putin's victory. This is one of the most famous predictions of Vanga for 2024. According to her, Putin will become the lord of the world, while Europe will become a wasteland. All will thaw, as if ice, only one remain untouched: Vladimir's glory, the glory of Russia. Nobody can stop Russia. After Russia and Ukraine conflict, these alleged prophecies attributed to Bulgarian blind seer Baba Vanga went viral on social media and were mentioned by mainline international media as well. Reportedly, they came from Russian poet and academic Valentin Mitrofanovich Sidorov, who interviewed Baba Vanga and devoted a book to her, whose most popular edition, heavily edited after his death, was published in 2009. Many people are quite skeptical of this prophecy, and up until now, nothing is certain about the final outcome of the conflict between the two nations. Who will be the last warrior standing? The rise of technology. In Baba Vanga's predictions, thanks to advances in organ transplant technology, humans will live to be more than 100 years old. She also anticipated that the darkness would be gone and another region of Earth would be illuminated by artificial sunlight. She foresees a major breakthrough in the realm of quantum computing, bringing an unprecedented technological revolution. This advancement is set to shake up various sectors, from finance and healthcare to cybersecurity, all thanks to the mind-blowing capabilities of quantum computers. The rapid advance of technology is transforming civilization in ways no one expected, in ways that are exciting and scary, ways we are only beginning to understand. Tech seems on the verge of recreating human beings into something new, something altered, bionic, computerized, robotic, superhuman. The internet's spiderweb has descended and covered nearly all elements of civilization. The smartphone, smartwatch, and smart home are growing into the smart world. So, are these things linked to the Bible prophecy? Some readers may recall the words given to the prophet Daniel more than 25 centuries ago in Daniel 12:4, that at the time of the end, many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall increase. Not until recent history have we seen a time when millions of people rapidly fly all over the globe, reaching destinations in hours that in previous centuries took months or even years. Until year 1900, human knowledge approximately doubled every century. However, by 1950, human knowledge doubled every 25 years. In 2000, human knowledge would double every year. Now, our knowledge is almost doubling every day. This should certainly make us pay attention to how quickly our world is changing, and with it, how previously puzzling Bible prophecies might now be fulfilled. In Matthew 24, Jesus Christ's disciples asked him what would signal his return. What started with the movable type printing press in 1439 eventually matured into the internet and smartphones, instant fingertip access to anything at any time. Christ's words in Matthew 24:14 have never made more sense than in this era. The internet in everyone's pockets means the potential now exists, as never before, for the true gospel of God's coming kingdom to be preached, truly, to all nations. In Revelation 13:15-17, verses show the rise in the last days of a world-ruling superpower centered in Europe called the Beast. God's word shows it will exercise unprecedented control over people, like the vast Roman Empire but bigger and modern, with religion playing a major role. Revelation shows how the religious leader of this end-time superpower will honor the civil aspect of this power and will punish and kill those who refuse to worship the beast. Note how those who refuse to be part of this satanic system are cut off from buying or selling. Their economic tap is turned off. Then think of our soon-coming cashless society. Every transaction is rapidly becoming electronic. It will not be technically difficult for people to no longer be able to buy and sell if they do not fall in line with the beast power. Technology may not be the actual mark of the beast, but it will almost certainly be used to enforce the mark. The stage is set for God to reach vast numbers with the true gospel, and the context of this prophecy is just before Christ's second coming. Baba Vanga predicted that communication technologies would continue to evolve, making it easier for people to connect across vast distances. Innovations in this field could lead to faster, more reliable internet connections and new ways of interacting with each other, further shrinking the global village. Baba Vanga's technological advancements predicted for 2024 are expected to impact daily life profoundly. From healthcare to communication, these innovations could improve efficiency, convenience, and overall quality of life. As we embrace these changes, it is important to consider the benefits and potential challenges they may bring. Also with that, humans face to dangerous cyber attacks. She warns of a surge in cyber attacks for 2024. These aren't your run-of-the-mill hackers. They're leveling up in sophistication, targeting critical infrastructure like power grids and water treatment facilities. These attacks could lead to widespread disruptions and chaos, posing a serious national security threat. Geopolitical changes and their implications. Baba Vanga's predictions for 2024 also encompass significant geopolitical changes. She foresaw shifts in global power dynamics that could reshape international relations and influence the balance of power. Emerging powers could rise to prominence once dominant nations see their influence wane. These changes will impact global trade, economic policies, and diplomatic relations. Countries must navigate these shifts carefully to maintain stability and foster cooperation. Baba Vanga's prophecies suggest that some nations may form new alliances, while others could experience internal strife and political upheaval. The predicted geopolitical changes may also affect global security. Shifting power dynamics could increase the risk of conflicts and tensions. Nations must prioritize diplomacy and conflict resolution to avoid escalation and promote peace. In addition to power shifts, Baba Vanga predicted changes in global leadership. New leaders may emerge with different visions and policies, influencing the direction of their countries and the world. These leaders could be crucial in addressing global challenges, such as climate change, economic inequality, and social justice. Baba Vanga's predictions for geopolitical changes in 2024 highlight the need for adaptability and resilience. As the world evolves, nations must work together to navigate these changes and create a more stable and prosperous future. Cyborg humans. Advancements in prosthetics and other artificial body parts have already made it possible for some people to replace lost or damaged body parts with artificial ones. However, the idea of humans becoming entirely cyborg raises a number of ethical and philosophical questions, such as what it means to be human, and whether it is right to modify the human body in such a way. Additionally, it is unclear what impact this could have on society as a whole, and whether it could lead to a greater divide between those who can afford such enhancements and those who cannot. Many of her predictions are open to interpretation, and it is unclear what impact they could have on our lives. However, they do raise some interesting questions about the future of humanity and the role of technology in shaping our world. Humans becoming cyborgs could potentially lead to significant changes in our society and culture. It could create new social and economic divides between those who can afford such enhancements and those who cannot. It could also raise significant ethical questions about what it means to be human, as well as the potential impact on our health and well-being. Additionally, it could lead to significant changes in our job market and economy, potentially replacing some jobs with machines or technology. Human birth at laboratories. Baba Vanga is believed to have predicted that from 2024, human babies will be born in laboratories, where the color of their skin to their character can be decided. This means that the entire process of birth will be controlled. The rise of technology, according to Vanga, advancements in reproductive technology, have already made it possible for some couples to conceive through in vitro fertilization, IVF, and other assisted reproductive technologies. However, the idea of human reproduction becoming entirely artificial raises a number of ethical questions, such as whether it is right to create human life in a laboratory setting. Additionally, it is unclear what impact this could have on the population as a whole, and what unintended consequences could arise from such technology. Human reproduction becoming entirely artificial could have significant consequences for our population and society. It could potentially lead to a decrease in genetic diversity and a greater reliance on technology to create new life. It could also raise significant ethical questions about the creation and ownership of life, as well as the role of government and society in regulating and controlling such technology. The development of artificial reproductive technologies is an active area of research, and significant advancements have already been made in this field. For example, Scientists have successfully grown mouse embryos in an artificial womb, and human embryos have been successfully grown in vitro. While there are still many technical and ethical challenges to be addressed, these advancements suggest that the development of entirely artificial human reproduction is not outside the realm of possibility. The development of artificial body parts and prosthetics is an active area of research, and significant advancements have already been made in this field. For example, scientists have developed brain-controlled prosthetic arms, and some artificial organs, such as hearts, are already in use. While the development of entirely artificial bodies and organs is still a long way off, these advancements suggest that the potential for such technology is not out of the question. Alien contact. While the idea of an alien attack might seem like something out of science fiction, it is not without precedent. In the past, various cultures have reported encounters with extraterrestrial beings, and some have even claimed to have been abducted by aliens. However, it is important to note that there is currently no scientific evidence to support the existence of aliens or the possibility of an alien attack. While the likelihood of an alien attack is unknown, the idea of contact with extraterrestrial life raises a number of questions about our place in the universe and the possibility of other intelligent life. It could also have significant effects on our society and culture, potentially leading to new scientific discoveries and even religious or philosophical changes. While there is currently no scientific evidence to support the existence of extraterrestrial life, the search for such life is an active area of research. Scientists have discovered thousands of exoplanets, or planets that orbit stars other than our Sun, and some of these planets are located in the habitable zone, which could potentially support life. Additionally, several organizations, such as the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, are actively searching for signs of extraterrestrial intelligence. Star explosion. Baba Vanga's prediction about a star exploding could be seen as similar to the supernova SN 1006, which occurred in the year 1006 and was visible for several years. The explosion of a star would likely be a significant event and could potentially have some impact on our planet, such as affecting our climate or causing disruptions in our technology. A star exploding could potentially have significant effects on our planet. For example, it could release large amounts of radiation, which could affect our climate and even our health. Additionally, it could disrupt our technology, including satellites and power grids. The bright light from the exploding star could also potentially affect our sleep patterns and have other effects on our daily lives. There are several stars in the universe that are currently known to be at the end of their lives and could potentially explode in the near future. While predicting the exact timing of such events is difficult, astronomers have identified several stars that are at high risk of exploding, which could provide some support for Baba Vanga's prediction. Dangerous bird virus. Birds have been affected by numerous viruses in the past, such as avian flu, which can be transmitted to humans. It is possible that a new virus could emerge that would have a significant impact on bird populations. The potential consequences of such an event would depend on the severity of the virus and the ability of humans to contain its spread. A dangerous virus affecting bird populations could potentially have significant ecological and economic consequences. It could disrupt food supplies, as well as impact other animal populations that rely on birds for food or pollination. Additionally, it could potentially lead to the spread of the virus to humans, which could have significant health consequences. Bird populations have been affected by numerous viruses in the past, and the potential for future outbreaks is always a concern. However, the identification and monitoring of potential bird viruses is an active area of research, and scientists are working to develop new vaccines and other preventative measures to protect both birds and humans. Vanga's most accurate famous predictions. The rise of Barack Obama and Donald Trump. Many of Baba Vanga's predictions involved politics, and she reportedly prophesied that the 44th U.S. president would be a black man. Sure enough, Barack Obama would take over from George W. Bush as the 44th leader of the free world. What's more, she appears to have foreseen the evolution of the so-called culture war and the emergence of Donald Trump as Obama's successor in a time of cultural tumult. According to an undated statement, everyone will put their hopes in him, Trump, to end it. But the opposite will happen. He will bring the country down, and conflicts between North and South states will escalate. 2022 Droughts and Floods. Baba Vanga made a total of 6 predictions for 2022. She predicted that large cities around the world would be hit by significant droughts and water shortages. The UK has just experienced the driest July since 1935, and the government officially declared a drought on 12th August 2022. Some experts are warning that the drought in London could even continue into the new year. Other countries in Europe are also seeing similar issues, as parts of France, Italy, Portugal, and more are facing record-breaking droughts and devastating wildfires. Baba Vanga also predicted that Australia and Asia would be rocked by severe floods. In July, 8 months of rain fell in Sydney in just 4 days, which led to flooding for the 3rd time in 2022. Meanwhile, Japan's official weather agency has warned of flooding in Tokyo and the surrounding areas as the country battles a major tropical storm. Rise of cyber warfare. At a time when the dot-com boom, digital revolution, and the age of AI were still decades away, Vanga was uncannily perceptive about how the internet, which was in its infancy at that time, may one day be transformed into a weapon to cause mischief. The mystic predicted that the internet may be used to launch cyber attacks and cause security breaches. Her predictions are completely on point, as in the past several months, tech titans such as Apple, Meta, etc. have all reported security breaches. A report shared by telecommunications giant AT&T claimed that a dataset discovered on the web revealed sensitive information and social security numbers of 7.6 million current and 65.4 million former account holders. The assassination of Indira Gandhi. Indira Gandhi, who served as Prime Minister of India in the early 1980s, was one of the most significant and controversial political figures of her time. In October of that year, she was shot dead by 2 of her Sikh bodyguards in an apparent act of revenge. Many years before, in 1969, Baba Vanga had a vision of Gandhi, saying, "The dress will destroy her. I see an orange-yellow dress in the smoke and fire." The Kursk disaster. In August 2000, the Russian nuclear submarine Kursk sank in the Barents Sea. It was a devastating accident which killed all 118 crew members on board and made headlines around the globe. But did Baba Vanga predict the calamity? It seems so, if one of her most widely reported statements is true. Way back in 1980, she allegedly predicted that in August 1999, Kursk would be covered with water and the whole world will weep over it. While she was referring here to the Russian city of Kursk and was 1 year out, the parallels are undeniably uncanny. Baba Vanga's predictions offer a unique lens through which to view the future. Her visions encompass many possibilities, from technological advancements to natural disasters and geopolitical changes. While her predictions should be approached with an open mind and critical thinking, they provide valuable insights into potential challenges and opportunities. By exploring her prophecies, we can better understand the forces shaping our world and prepare for the uncertainties that lie ahead. Whether viewed as a source of inspiration or a cautionary tale, Baba Vanga's predictions continue to captivate and intrigue people around the globe.